Great. So yeah, this is the exam. First one we're going to look at. Obviously, mark allocation is important in terms of time. You've got 30 questions, right? So you need to answer 30 questions in how long?
2 hours.
2 hours. Right, so that means around 15 questions per hour. So obviously keep your time in terms of time management. So when you're doing the past paper, if you've finished 15 questions and you've only used half the time, an hour, then you're on track. Okay. If not, you're going too slowly. Okay, another tip in terms of past papers, do you have to do everything in order?
No, you don't.
Why not?
You
multiple
do,
choice.
Yes.
Okay, so how many do you need
back.
to pass?
50.
Okay, 15.
50%, so 15.
Well, yes, you need 15 questions that you can do, that you can get right. Okay, so if you can do one, do it. If you can't do it, move on, look at another question.
Okay.
Okay, because you only need 15 right to pass the exam. Okay, if we then get more right, then that's obviously a benefit. Okay, but that you'll come back to. Right, so I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to go one by one by one by one. Okay, but ideally, if you like time value of money, what do? You jump to the end and you find time value of money. Like where? Like there. Okay, 6 years, interest rate, inflation, all of that. See?
Okay.
Interest rates, simple interest. Then you can do all of those. And you literally do that on your calculator. Okay, well, I'm just going to start from 1 and carry on. Right, so there's number 1. Okay, number 1 is a maths question. Alright, so when I see numerators and denominators, I know I have a fraction. Okay, so if I have a fraction, what does that mean? Get a common denominator. Can I get a common denominator if I have a bracket? No. So get rid of the bracket first. So take the 2, multiply it in. So you would have had 2x minus 2 over 4 minus 2x over 3 equals 4 minus 3x over 12. Okay, can I work with this as is? No, because I've got fourths, thirds, and twelfths. Right, so what must I do? Well, quarters actually. Convert everything to twelfths. Right, so get this as a 12. 4 minus 3x. Right, so how am I going to convert a 4 to a 12? Times it by 3. So I'll have 6x minus 6. Okay, then negative. Right, how do I get a 3 to a 12? Times it by 4. Okay, so 4 times 2 is 8x. Right, so that gives me 6x minus 8x is minus 2x minus 6 over 12 equals 4 minus 3x over 12. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, now what? The 12s can go. Okay, so I've basically got this. Minus 2x minus 6 equals 4 minus 3x. Right, so take that across. So I'm going to have plus 3x here. Minus 2x equals 4 plus 6. So that's going to give me x equal 10.
Okay, I got the same answer but doing it differently.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Because I didn't do the brackets first.
Okay, it doesn't matter how you did it as long as you managed to get it. Okay, so let's just keep a reference of this. So QMI1500 October November 2017. Okay, question 1 was option 3. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Alright, 2 and 3 are based on the following information. An investor has decided to purchase shares in the stock of 3 companies, 1 engaged in aerospace activities, 1 involved in energy, and 1 involved in electronics. After some research, the account executive of a brokerage firm recommends that the investor consider stock from 5 aerospace companies, 3 energy, and 4 companies. Electronics companies. Right. So, in how many ways can the investor select the group of 3 companies from the account executives list? Okay, so where was that? Recommended the investor consider stock from 5 aerospace companies, 3 energy companies, and 4 electronics companies. So what do they want here? How many ways can the investor select the group of 3 companies? Okay, so if I'm looking at selecting 3 companies, I'm going to look at choosing 3, okay, of the total. How many do I have? 5 aerospace, 3 energy, 4 electronics. So that's 5 plus 3 is 8, plus 4 is 12. Okay, so you've got this calculator. Oh,
I've used
okay,
this
you
one
use
before.
that one. I'll use this one. I think you can do it here as well. Yes, you can. Okay, so 12 choose 3 is 220. 220 ways.
How did you do that?
That was 120. No, so let's try the other way around. 3 choose 12. No, okay.
Oh, I did like this, and I got 4 ways. So that's the one that I said I didn't even get one. It's there.
No, that's not right. So let's just read the question again. Decides to purchase stocks of the 3 companies. Oh, 1 involved in energy, 1 involved in electronics, and 1 involved in aerospace. Oh, see, I'm not reading it properly. Okay, read the question carefully. You're choosing 3, 1 in each. See, that's the thing. Okay, so it's gonna be what was the first one? Aerospace. So 4 choose 1 plus. Then you've got 3 energy companies. 3 choose 1 plus. How many electronic companies? 4. 4 choose 1. That's how you do it. Okay, so now 4 choose 1 is 4 plus 3 choose 1 is 3.
What do you press to get choose? I can't see there.
Second function. Okay, but you use your calculator. You use the C. You use this thing.
I didn't do it that way.
There's your choose. Shift C. There's your C. Combinations. These are the combinations.
No, I didn't do it that way.
And then that'll be 4. But see, there's no option for this either.
Yeah, I also
6,
got 4 ways.
4 plus 4 is 8, so I got 11 here. Okay, so we had 220, and then we had 11 there. That's also not an option. See, so this question it's not very well worded, so we need to now interpret it again differently. Okay, so an investor has decided to purchase shares in the stock of 3 companies. 1 engaged in aerospace, 1 engaged in development, and 1 involved in electronics. After some research, the account executive recommends that the investor consider stock from, oh, there's my mistake, 5. So that should have been a 5. Choose 1. Okay, so that will be a 5. So that will be 12. Okay, but that still doesn't help us. 3 energy and 4 electronics. Yeah, that was right. So it was 5, 4, and 3. That was it. Which is 12. Yeah, so I would have looked for an option for 12 here, but there isn't one. 6 ways, 24, 60, or 120. So all I can think of now is doing it using, let's see.
This is how I've done it. I've done it the stats way.
No, you can't do it a stats way. There's no average here. So you're using X bar. X bar is an average. This is not an average. This is a choice. This is a combination. Okay, it's a different question. Right, it's a combination question. So do you have your study guide?
Yes, I do.
Okay, open up the study guide. Look for the combination bits. Let's try another way. Let's say, how many have I got? 5 plus 3. 5 plus 3 plus 4 gives me 12 companies. And I'm choosing 3. Yeah, so 3... 12 choose 3. I would expect to get 220, but yeah, that's not it, because you're choosing it from specific groups. That's the thing. I think there might be a problem with this question, actually.
Combination. I don't see a combination.
Yeah, a combination is there. Let me show you. Okay, so there, data collection. It would have been there. So number 61. I remember we spoke about this last week. Let's see. Then we just used the calculator for it.
Yeah, but I thought it was this one.
No, that's the average. X bar is an average.
Yeah, now I know it, but...
Ratios, percentages. Inequalities. Yeah, this is looking good. There. Combinations. There we go. Right. Okay, so can you get the other book, the one with the tutorial letter 101 with the example activities? See, order of placement is not important. We know that's not important. Okay. Permutations, yeah, order is important. Yeah, we need an example that's similar to this one, because based on the calculations here, 220 should be an answer, but it's not. So that's why I want to check how many 4-letter words are possible if a character may appear more than once in the same word. How many meals are possible if there is a choice of 4 starters, 10 main courses, and 6 desserts? See, if any 3 people out of 12 can be chosen for a committee, how many possible arrangements are there? Okay, let's do this one. See, the textbook says any 3 people out of 12 can be chosen for a committee. How many possible arrangements are there? So any 3 people choosing out of a committee of 3, 220. Okay, so 6C. Would it be here, hey?
Yeah, what's the 1.6C?
1.6. Is this 1.6? Yes, it is. Exercise 1.5. 1.6C. 1.6. 1.6. There we go. See? 220. That's how you do it. But that's when you do it when there's a selection. See, but now here they're saying choose one out of the aerospace, which is 5. Choose another one out of the energy, which is 3. And then choose another one out of the electronics, which is 4. You see that?
Yeah.
Okay, so it would have been what I did there. 5 choose 1, 3 choose 1, 4 choose 1, add them all up. So it's 12, but then 12 is not an answer. That's why I'm asking for that other book. Where's the other book? Because the other book might have other examples. Oh, you don't have it here?
No.
Okay.
Peace.
Perfect. So, activity 1, we're looking for the choice options. Fractions, fractions, fractions. Do these worksheets give answers, eh?
Yes, at the back.
Okay, so that's good. So we just need to find one that's similar to this, because 12 is not an option. So if it's not, is there a different method perhaps? There might be. This is 1.6, eh?
Oh, it's not the same in this book.
Really?
Yeah.
So
component 2 will be study unit 2, so we'll be looking in study unit 1. So component 1.
this one. This one, eh?
Yes.
Okay, but I don't
No,
see any
that's...
choice.
Oh, yes. Okay. No,
This is collection.
So this one.
Yeah, that's length. Oh, here's permutations. There's some permutation. Oh, here's a choice. Right, so on each trip, a salesman visits 4 of the 12 cities. How many different ways can he schedule his route? Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Is there a better example? Let's see. Choosing from a selection. No, there isn't. I think there's a problem with this answer, this question. The answer should be 12. 12 different ways. That's all, yeah. Okay, so, right, so asterisk this one, question 2. "12 ways, methods." Okay, why? Because of this. Okay, I mean, if you read the question again, it said that you're choosing, out of 5 companies, you're choosing 1. Then out of 3 companies, you're choosing 1. Then plus, out of 4 companies, you're choosing another 1. Alright, so 5 choose 1, 3 choose 1, 4 choose 1. Okay, that gives you 5 plus 3 is 8 plus 4 is 12 ways, methods. Okay, 5 different methods. Alright, so yeah, definitely a problem with this one. Okay, because they talk about the 3 companies. See, that's the key. See, stock of 3 companies. Okay. Right, suppose an investor decides to purchase shares in the stock of 2 aerospace companies, 2 energy companies, and 2 electronic companies. In how many ways can the investor select the group of companies for the investment for the recommended list of 5 aerospace companies, 3 energy, and 4? Okay, that's the same thing. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 2 aerospace. So how many aerospace is there in total? 5. 5 choose 2. For this one, how many energy companies? 3. Choose how much? 2. How many electronics companies? 4. How many? Choose 2. Okay, so let's work those out. Okay, you use your other Casio. Okay, so 5 choose 2 is 10 plus 3 choose 2 is 3 plus 4 choose 2 is 6. Okay, that gives me 19. Also not an option. Okay, so what I think they're doing here is this. You know what I think? They're doing this. They're not adding, they're multiplying. Okay, so 5 times 3 is 15 times 4 is 60. Okay, then you can get an option. 60 ways. Option 3. Okay, so multiply instead of add. Okay, so then this one times is 180. Option 2. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Alright, so 4 says Tabor's biology textbook is 30 centimeters long, 20 centimeters wide. The dimensions of his book are in a similar proportion as those of his notebook. If the desk is 90 centimeters wide, calculate the area of the top of the desk. Okay, so there's a notebook. The dimensions of his desk are in a similar proportion as those of his notebook. Alright, so that means that this thing is sitting on a desk. Okay, which is 90. And obviously similar dimensions. Okay, so if this is 30 by 20 and this is 90, what is this going to be by?
60.
No.
Why not?
Let's just see though. Okay, how did you get 60? Let's just check your thought process.
So it's 30 times how
times
many
3.
is 3?
Okay, fine.
So 20 times 3 is 60.
Yes, you're right. Sorry. Okay, that's correct. Okay, so that's correct. Then the area of the top of the desk. So it'll be 90 times 60 minus 30 times 20. Okay, because they want the desk. This is the notebook.
Okay.
They want the area of the
desk,
which is O. Okay, don't do that. It's changing the colors. Okay, but you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so whatever that is. On your calculator, work it out. Let's check. Yes, that's not an option. If the desk is 90 centimeters wide, oh, be careful. Interpretation. Alright, so they said here, they're 20 centimeters wide, and this was the wide. Okay, so that means that this should have been 90 actually. That was the 90. That was the question mark. Okay, so this goes with that. Right, and then this question mark goes with that. So how do I get, so 90, I'm going to divide this by
20 to see how much to multiply with.
Well, I need a ratio, so let me do it this way rather. 90 to x is the same as 20 to 30. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so then the proportion is the same. So what proportion is this in? Well, let's see. The proportion would be, so 1 unit would be in the proportion of, or let's do it this way. 1 unit there would be in the proportion of 30 divided by 20. 30 divided by 20 is 1.5. Okay, so that's the proportion.
Okay.
Right, so then if I've got 90, it'll be 90 times 1.5. So 90 times 1.5, which is 135. Okay, so this would be 135. Right, so now we can fix our working. 135 times 90 minus 30 times 20. Okay. Okay, what did you get?
Not an option, let's see.
135 times 90, close brackets, divided by, minus, open brackets, 30 times 20, close brackets, equals 11550.
Yes.
Calculate the area of the top of the desk. Okay, so do they want the area of the exposed, like wood, or do they want the total area? If they just want the total area, then it's just that.
I think they want the total.
So without the book.
Yeah.
Because what I've worked out is this bit.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they want the total, then just delete the 30 times 20. Okay, that equals, okay, there, 1215. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so they actually, I overcomplicated it because I was looking at the exposed area of the table. Here they just wanted the total area of the table, so it's just number 1. Okay, Yeah, so it's a ratio. Okay, what option is that?
Option 1.
Okay, great. Alright, let's carry on. Let's see what else do we have here.
Question 5.
Okay, 5 says, Tabo covers each corner of his desk with a square cardboard as shown in the diagram below. Calculate the new perimeter of the visible part of the top of his desk. Okay, so the visible part of the top of his desk. Okay, meaning they want to know what the perimeter is. Okay, of the top of his desk. Alright, so that's what they're wanting. Okay, so we know that the whole desk, okay, is 90 by 135. Do you agree?
So you work with question 4.
Yeah, it's a follow-on. Okay, and then we know that there's little blocks here, like that. You see that?
Yes.
Okay, and we know those blocks are 15 mils. How much is 150 mils? Millimeters. How many centimeters?
1.5. 15.
15, yes. Okay, so that's 15. That's 15. That's 15. That's 15. That's 15. 15. 15. 15. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so now they want to know what the new perimeter of the visible part of the desk is. So the visible part of the desk would be this bit, the perimeter. So that's does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, so what is 135 minus 15? Well, that would be 105. Okay, so that'll be 105. What is 90 minus 15 and 15 minus 30 is 60. Okay, 60. Right, so that means that the visible perimeter is going to be all of these sides added together. So it'll be 105 plus 15 plus 15 plus 60 plus 15 plus 15 plus 105 plus 15 plus 15 plus 60 plus 15 plus 15 equals 450. This plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus 15 plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this plus this. Okay, I'm adding all those lengths.
Yes. Okay, I didn't do that.
Okay. 450. Okay, you have to draw there. Question 6. Okay, alright. Okay, what's question 6 asking about?
That's the one where I worked it out, but I'm not sure about it.
Okay, so question 6 is asking about linear inequalities, hey? Inequalities. Okay, linear inequalities meaning we have a range of answers. Okay. The dog's cute, eh? Wow.
She is. Can
Okay.
I quickly put it in the house?
Yeah, that's fine if you want to. Alright, so this one is obviously looking at interpretation. So they say, Tabiso and, ooh, that writing, I can't even read it. M, okay, run a company that manufactures two types of gifts, type 1 and type 2. To manufacture a type 1 gift requires 2 minutes of machine A. Okay, so type 1 and type 2, 1 minute of machine B. Type A, A type machine B. A type 2 gift requires 1 minute on machine A, okay, fine, and 3 minutes on machine B. There are 3 hours available on machine A and 5 hours available on machine B. Let X be the number of type 1 gifts and Y be the type 2. Okay, that's pretty straightforward. Okay, so type 1 gifts are X and Y is type 2 gifts. Alright, so if we're looking at machine A time, okay, how much time do we have on machine A?
2 minutes for type 1 gift.
Yes. Okay, so for machine A, a type 1 gift will need
2 minutes.
2 minutes. So 2 minutes, 2 minutes for a type 1 gift.
For machine A, yes.
Okay, so 2 minutes of X plus, but where's the maximum? They don't even give you the maximums. See, there's a problem with this question. Where are they getting this from? Where are they getting that from? There's no maximums. The question doesn't say how many machine hours you've got.
It does.
Where?
It
says, okay.
3
I see
hours
it now.
for machine A.
I see it now. There's it. Fine. So this question is okay. Alright, so yeah, 3 hours available for A. So machine A has 3 times 60 is 180 minutes. Do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, then we've got machine B, which is 5 times 60, which is 300. Okay, so that's better. Alright, so now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so now let's go back to the red. Okay, so A requires how much? 2 minutes of machine A. So it'll be 2 times X plus, how much does machine 2 require? Where's 2? Type 2 gift requires 1 minute on machine A. So 1 minute. Okay, must be less than or equal to 180 minutes. Right, that's the one. That's the machine hours. Does it make sense? Did you get that as well? Okay, then let's read the other one. Okay, then they said, to manufacture a type 1 gift requires that, and 1 minute on type on machine B. Okay, this is really confusing reading it like this. I'm going to quickly simplify this and then I'm going to type it up. Okay, because it's getting a bit confusing with all these type 1 and type A, and then they say A machine
This is
B. Yeah, let's redo here. Okay, this will be better to do. Alright, so machine hours. See, now machine B hours. See, you need to put these letters here. A hours, machine B hours. Alright, so now, okay, so in terms of machine A hours, there are 3 hours available on machine A. So 3 times 60, that's fine. 180. And 5 times 60 is 300. Okay, that's for A, and that's for B. Okay, now they say two types of gifts, type 1 and type 2. Type 1 is X. Type 2,
It's R, isn't it R?
is it an R? R and a Y. Oh, okay, it's an R.
It might be an X. Well, it's so bad.
I think it's an X. Type, because the question uses, the answer uses an X, doesn't it? And Y.
Yes, okay.
Okay, so to manufacture a type 1 gift, okay, requires 2 minutes on machine A. 2 minutes on machine A. So 2 minutes on machine A produces a type 1 gift. Plus, okay, how much time does type 2 require? A type 2 gift requires 1 minute on machine A. Yeah, 1x, 1y. Okay, less than or equal to 180. Yeah, so that's fine. I'm happy with the first bit. That's the machine hours. Okay, then the second bit. Alright, so now machine hours for B in total is 5 hours, so 300. Perfect. Okay, so now we've got two types. So we've got X and we've got Y. So how much does type 1 need on machine B? 1 minute, so 1x. Plus, how much does type 2 need? 3 minutes on B, 3y. Okay, less than or equals to 300. Alright, there's the formula. So now we just choose the right option. Okay. So x2x plus 1 less than or equal to 180. That looks good. X plus 3y less than or equal to 300. That looks good. X is greater than 0, y is greater than 0. That looks good. 1 looks good. 1 is correct. Yeah, so I think rather just write it down. If you write it down, it makes more sense. Trying to interpret it was a bit tricky.
I've done it like this, but I didn't know how to go further than that. You know how they...
Yeah, it's literally taking the English and making it into mathematics. Okay. Alright, let's see what we have here. Question 7. Okay, so this is an adding one, hey? Okay, this is the sum of... is that a K? Are these both Ks?
It looks like it.
Really? Okay. Alright, so then we need to put 2 in. We need to put 3 in. We need to put 4 in. We need to put 5 in. We need to put 6 in. We need to put 7 in. We need to put 8 in. We need to put 9 in. Alright, so what is 2 brackets? 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1. Close brackets divided by 2. Three. Okay, so that gives you 3. Okay, so I put 2 in. Now I put 3 in. 3 times 3 plus 1 divided by 2 is 6. Now I put 4 in. 4 plus 1 divided by 2 is 10. Now I put 5 in. 15. Now I put 6 in. 21. 7. 28. 8. 36, 9, 45. Okay, add all of those numbers up. Right, so 45 plus 36 plus 28 plus 21 plus 15 plus 10 plus 6 plus 3 equals 164.
Yes.
What number question was this?
Question 7.
7, okay. Option 4.
So why do you start with 2?
Because it's
k
equals 2 to k equals 9. Yeah, so they're saying if k had to equal those numbers and you had to sum up all of them, what would I get?
Okay, cool. Question 8.
Okay, this is a simplify one, hey? Alright, so now, we need to like maximize this thing big time just to read what it says. Is that a 3 or a 2?
It's a 3.
Okay.
The first one is a 9. I've got it as a...
Huh? Where do you see a 9?
I thought that was a 9.
No, that looks like a 3 to me. Okay.